Story time. I'm going to talk about what it's like to be partially sighted today. I have sight that what you can see at 1,600 feet, I can only be 20 feet away from. But, for example, if I'm walking along the street with either my dog or my cane, mostly my dog, and I turn to look at the buildings, I can see the buildings. I can't see them out of the side of my eye. I don't have that much range. I have about 35% range, which is very low. So if I'm walking and I'm looking forward, I can't see buildings or anything to the side like the street. But if I turn my head this way or this way, I can see big things like buildings and buses. Now I need my dog to guide me because I can't see the street and I can't find my way along through the throngs of people because I can't differentiate people from people. It's just a big blur to me. So I need my dog to wind me around the people. If my dog were sick, I would use my cane, my white cane, and I would use it to tap out and also to show people that I'm blind so that they would know I'm blind. They know I'm blind because of my dog. I can't read books, but if something is 3/4 of an inch to an inch tall, I can read it. So I can read very large print. So in some of the videos, I've had information, like in the video on what anorexia does to our bodies. I had notes and I was looking down. You probably noticed I was looking down. And I was looking down at these big notes that I had. So I can do that too. Ha. I have a very big note on my fridge that says pray, and it's in about 6 inches. And I can't see it unless I get fairly close, but I can see it when I get fairly close, and it's a reminder to pray. I know my way around my house, my apartment, because I've moved everything into specific areas and I'm very carefully organized so I can find things in my apartment. If anybody came in here and moved things around, I would be in real trouble because I wouldn't be able to find things where they normally are. And I wouldn't be able to see them to find them. I can't see a watch. I can't see a book. I can't see my meal, but I can taste it. I can put my fork on the plate and feel around and get my meal. I can feel a book and I can take it to someone and ask them to read it to me, although that's getting very hard. There's nobody available to read to me, so I've got a book that I'm halfway through and I can't get it read. And this is very frustrating because it's for my support group. I can't actually see the camera, but I can feel it. And I put it on and I do it by feel. And the button for filming is nice and big and has a particular touch to it, so it's really easy to operate that button. It's a little less so to operate the on and off button. I can see Holly a little bit. She's blurry, but I can tell where she is if I'm near enough. Now, I think I've given some good examples. I'm sure there's more I could give, but I think I've pretty well filled it in. It's different for different people because they have different eye conditions. Mine is I was born with poor eyesight because of a situation at birth where I was not coming out and I was not getting oxygen, so the doctor used full frontal forceps delivery. That was the what was warranted at the time of my birth. They couldn't do a C-section without putting the mother under, and it could have killed both my mother and myself at that time. So they did a full frontal forceps delivery, and I had lacked oxygen for a couple of minutes, so that affected my eyes. My sight was better as a child, but it got worse over time. I used to be able to see colors really well, really vividly, and I now can't do that. So when people tell me colors, I try to go by memory. Not that I remember them all, but I try. I used to wear goggles, like big glasses, and now I don't wear those because they just won't work and they stay on my face for 5 minutes and cause me an enormous headache, and I have to take them off. So I live without the glasses. They wouldn't bring my sight to a perceptible change either. They wouldn't make it specifically so much better that it's worth wearing them for 5 minutes and then having to take them off. And so I don't have glasses. They're not worth the trouble. Holly is my greatest sight improver. She guides me everywhere. She takes me where I need to go. And that is just wonderful. As I've said in a previous video, I've had guide dogs before. I talked about my guide dogs. And if you haven't seen that one, I would really suggest you go back to that one. My guide dogs have been my greatest asset. They're wonderful. And anyways, I think I've spoken enough about it. And like I said, everyone is different, but this is my sight. And I hope that helps explain my sight. And if you aren't subscribed here, please push the subscribe button. We have lots of great content. And I love y'all.